Ripple XRP, this is the exact reason as to why BlackRock needs us, and I'm going to be showing you an interview of the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, to show what they are hiding, or I suppose subliminally messaging that XRP could be a player as a bridge currency. We are also going to be taking a look at what Elizabeth Warren has now said about the spot Bitcoin ETS, and a lot of people are roasting her in the comments regarding this. And then we have some news about the Bank of England with regards to Bitcoin and how they potentially may be looking at other cryptocurrencies, and of course the price action for XRP coin today. All I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So the first bit of big news that we have over here is this interview, and essentially he's talking about the transactions when it comes to sending money in one currency to another currency and how these transactions cost money in order to do that. So you're going to get 5% or 10% charges when it comes from, for example, sending money back home, and they have to do that conversion rate, £100 let's say, to the US dollar. And the reason as to why this is a problem is because the fees are way too high, and it has been like this for a long amount of time. So we need a cryptocurrency that is able to solve that problem. Let's take a look at what he has said here.
I want to pay in euro or dollar. Yeah. And I said, okay, dollar. Then I looked at it. I'm still being charged at 3%. Okay. So, and when you think about all the people who send money, you know, they may work in one country, send money back home. They generally do that through organizations that charge 5 to 10%. Yeah. There is a need, whether it's a Libra or something else, to democratize the exchange of foreign currencies. Today, with computers and electronic market,
there shouldn't be that.
It should be 10 basis points, 5 basis points. It's not percent. And so I actually believe the idea around Libra, I don't think we need to create a new currency, but the technology to instantaneous calibrate all the currencies, that should be done.
And this is exactly what everyone else is thinking. We no longer need to be charged those high transaction fees at all when we have a big players like Ripple XRP being able to provide that solution, acting as that bridge currency. Also, it helps with on-demand liquidity, and in terms of releasing capital as well, they don't need to be tying up twice the amount of money when it comes to doing that transaction. And I do think that this must be subliminal messaging coming from BlackRock, because I am more than sure at this rate by now they know XRP, they know of Ripple and their technology, and also the benefits and use cases of what they can do. Not only is XRP roughly around about 6th place in the market cap as of now, they definitely would have been exposed to their technology. They know that Ripple have been involved in CBDC pilot programs. I mean, these are the large asset managers that we are talking about, and so it would be dumbfounded for us to think that they didn't have a clue as to what is going on. But only time will tell, of course, when Ripple's technology will actually be adopted and utilized. And I think that is going to be a big shocker to retail when it does come in. But of course, maybe they are just waiting on the sidelines in order for that lawsuit to be concluded. So let's take a look at what Elizabeth Warren has said. She has finally spoken about the spot Bitcoin ETS, and she says that the SEC is wrong on the law and wrong on the policy with respect to the Bitcoin ETF decision. If the SEC is going to let crypto burrow even deeper into our financial system, then it's more urgent than ever that crypto follow basic anti-money laundering rules. Now, at the end of the day, the decision has already been made. I think the funniest thing now with Elizabeth is the fact that she still believes that her opinion holds weight, and I'm not quite sure as to what she's trying to get at here, because the ETS are already live for trading, and so you can't really turn back on it. The SEC have already approved it, and it seems like as if she is just digging herself deeper into the hole. You can just tell that she is obviously against cryptocurrency in general, and you'll see over here a lot of people just roasting in the comments. And we have Mike saying, if the SEC is going to let corrupt financial institutions burrow even deeper into our crypto, then it's more urgent than ever that politicians follow basic anti-money laundering rules. As we know, when it comes to politicians, everything is always on the hush, and you know what they do behind the scenes when they are essentially paid to do things, and that is in the form of bribery, but they won't admit it themselves. We also have from Walker saying, with all due respect, your pal Jamie Dimon didn't use Bitcoin when JP Morgan was laundering money of many of the financial crimes that JP Morgan has committed. JP Morgan hit with $200 million in fines for letting employees use WhatsApp to evade regulators' reach, and JP Morgan traders ripped off gold market for years. All of this right in front of us, and she still has the audacity to say that a lot of money laundering happens in terms of cryptocurrency. It's been happening in fiat currency forever, but you choose to ignore it because these are your supposed friends. And this one's actually quite funny. This is from Jeff, and I do think that this source is from Wikipedia, but it says over here that her net worth is $67 million, but her salary is only $285,000. The math is not mathing. What is happening here? The numbers do not add up, and so where is all the other millions coming from if she is only on that that much of a salary. Maybe she's doing something behind the scenes that she actually needs to declare. And a lot of people were actually worried about the fact that her bill could potentially be passed in terms of the cryptocurrency and anti-money laundering rules. But I personally think that she won't be able to make a change, because in her time as well as a senator, she has not been able to pass, I think, one bill out of maybe over 300. And so she is obviously of no threat here. Now, talking about the spot Bitcoin ETFs, and some good news is that the 11 new spot Bitcoin ETFs have reached $3.66 billion in trading volume at 2 p.m. on their launch day. And you'll see over here each of the volume that has been traded for each of these spot ETFs. We have Grayscale coming in first at 1.7 billion, and then we have BlackRock at 878 million. And Grayscale is at the top, but it does seem like as if both Grayscale and BlackRock are currently dominating right now. And then you can see that Franklin Templeton is at 63.4 million, Wisdom Tree at 4 million, and BGC Group at 3.4 million. They are the lower ones. And you can see that we have already reached that amount in terms of the inflows, which is very good to see. Now, I just want to actually have a look at the Bank of England and what they have said with regards to Bitcoin. That the Bank of England boss has said that Bitcoin is inefficient and it's not taken off as a financial service. And he's warned that there's still a risk of global shocks hitting the UK economy. And they do actually have plans for a new digital pound, so the CBDCs, and that the bank are continuing to monitor developments with top cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And he says that using Bitcoin as a payment service is pretty inefficient. So I don't think the integration into the financial system has kept up the momentum that was once there, but we have to keep a very close eye on it. And we all know by now that Bitcoin is very inefficient and we shouldn't be using it compared to other cryptocurrencies that we have out there. Now, I do think that the Bank of England will not only be monitoring this, but that will also mean that they will be looking into other technology. And I think that it may take some time for them to actually be looking at and stumbling upon Ripple XRP. But I think because of how big Ripple is in general, and we have these CBDC pilot programs, as well as it being a bridge currency, there is a lot of utility for it there. And so they should actually be eyeing that one up. But it is good news that they have identified that Bitcoin isn't the one that they should actually be using. So let's see what comes from them in the future. Now, before we have a look at the price action for today, I just want to show you what Cathie Wood has said. Now, she has predicted that only 3 of the spot Bitcoin ETFs will survive, and a total that we have are 11. So she's essentially saying that 9 of them could potentially close, or they may actually be bought out. Now let's take a look at this.
Meaning that you hope that you will be one of the winners here. I mean, if you look out a year, 5 years from now, do you think there will be 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs? Do you think some of them will have closed?
I don't think there will be 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs. Some may close, some may be consolidated into bigger companies. The more pure play companies may be bought out by the larger players who need more of that expertise in-house. So I do think the process of closing and consolidation will take us down to 3, maybe 4, but more likely 3.
I personally think that the most likelihood that we could see here is that they may actually be bought out, and then we could potentially see only a few players within the market for the spot Bitcoin ETFs. But of course, it's only early days now, so we will have to see which spot Bitcoin ETF is able to do a lot of volume in the trading. Currently, Grayscale is at the top as of now. So let's have a look at the price action for XRP coin today. We are trading at 0.5996. We're down by 1.74% on the 1-day chart. We are down by 44.91% in the volume, and we are trading at $1.5 billion. So of course, with the volume, we have come down by just under half. And I think it makes sense because we had that hype with the spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. Now that it has gone live for trading, we are seeing that bit of a pullback as we have seen the whole market take that volume away. So in the earlier hours of the morning for today, we were currently trading at 60 cents, just really shy of where we are right now. The lowest that we actually went to was 0.5079, so not doing too bad. We only went down by a cent, but you can see over here just in the past couple of days we are pretty much remaining within this region. Now, what I don't want to see XRP coin do is actually come back down again to 55 cents. I'm looking to see if we are able to sustain that and be up and above by at least 4 or 5 cents, and if we could maintain that 60 cent level, then we should be able to go back into the 61 to 63 cent range, which is where we were before. Guys, if you want daily Ripple XRP coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.